Hey, what's up, guys? This might be my most controversial video yet, but it also might be the most real and one that I think is something that everybody should listen to, which is what I feel about the steroid community in general, as far as like just calling it out for what it is, okay? Because to be honest, I'm a part of it. I think so. Anyway, even though some of my videos, like my videos aren't like super popular, although some are, like I've used some videos that are like thousands of views, but like overall it's not that popular. And to be honest, I'm not even about that. I'm just about being real and like take it or leave it type of thing. And I got a lot of guys who are somewhat drawn to my videos because of that realness. It's just about me being organic and about being real. So I want to share my thoughts about the steroid community in general, because I have some greater understanding what I think that is actually happening, which a lot of people aren't even touching upon, okay? And this is very important, so I want you guys just to hear me out at the very least, okay? Which is, like any type of community or subculture, it's almost like a cult. It's not almost, it is literally a cult. It has cultish qualities, okay? Which is, in subcultures, people are drawn to things that are giving you like something that they don't have. It's like a missing quality, okay? So for example, one cult might be in the spiritual community, like Babaji or some shit, who's some Hindu motherfucker who's like on the stage, he's like talking to you about things that you're missing out in spirituality wise. It's like they're talking about things that you are missing, qualities you don't have, and then you're drawn to that because you realize you're missing out on some type of qualities, and that's not even necessarily a bad thing. Also, other types of things, like say the pickup game community, they're talking to a bunch of guys who they're missing out on something that they're not a part of or like good at, which is picking up women, right? So they're missing out on a certain thing. So they're trying to fill that gap on an egotistical way of guys who are, you know, trying to understand women better, whatever, trying to understand how to pick up women better. And you know, there's some good advice out there, but overall, it's like it's a cult. It is. It literally is a cult. Okay. Now, in the fitness community, it's not so different, in the sense that it's targeted towards guys who are, this is my psychology background, I just see it for what it is. It's targeting information to guys who are missing out on something in life. In the fitness community, they are deprivated in something, which is muscle mass, maybe it's attention, maybe it's something else. So they're seeking attention in this male cultish type of societal like presentation that's being part, that a lot of guys are a part of, and it's a trend that's being part of it, and it's understandable. And it's not like it's all totally bad, but I just want to call it out for what it is, because people who are part of this, they understand that there's a strategy involved to dupe people. 1 second. Look. So essentially, people, whenever people are part of a cult, they might not even realize that they're part of a cult, because it is, you lose all individuality and you're part of something where you're aspiring towards gaining something that you don't have. Okay? And that's something that a lot of people have. Like, for example, the most common one I already talked about was the spiritual community, which is they're aspiring towards something something greater than them. Correct? In what better marketing, it's a marketing strategy, than to do that. The best marketing strategy, especially for guys, is to market something towards them that they are lacking, that they did not have before. that they're missing out on. That is like the best marketing strategy you can do for a guy. And what better way to do that in the steroid community? Because guess what? And to be honest, I've been kind of playing a part in that myself, but I try to do it as honest as possible, weighing all sides. Which is, you want to, if we're doing steroids, you're going to gain something, and there's an end result where you're going to get some type of benefit, correct? So in that sense, it's almost like a cult or a religion, like in a weird way, which is that you're gaining something about your personality or your experience or your identity, which you did not have before. And very much people can target at that and capitalize on that. And this is a major point of what I'm trying to say right here. Which I don't even know if that's a video that I might even post, but it's like, I just want to be real, because this is very intrinsic of these types of behavior of cultish types of cultural situations that try to get you aligned and on board with certain ways of thinking. So, at very least, be wary of it. At very least, be cautious and understanding, even when listening to me. Like, seriously. And I think I do a pretty good job of like weighing all sides and things. So, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Like, have I in my whole videos? No, I'm just trying to share my thoughts and everything else. And I think that's the most important thing. There's a lot of guys who are, quote, steroid influencers who are indeed trying to sell you something, who are indeed trying to get you on board with something, a cultish type of mentality. And I honestly think that's not a great, it's kind of like a dark psychology persuasion technique, and I'm not too happy with that. As well as like things like trying to get guys on board with pickup artist type of mentalities and things. I think there's a lot of guys who could do a lot of great in sharing good information on that too, but a lot of them just target things that are missing pieces in guys' life, and then the guys then aspire towards that missing piece, and they give up a piece of their life trying to aspire towards that, and it's actually not even beneficial in the first place, if that makes sense. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. This one might be a bit controversial, but I think it's very real. So let me know what you think. All right, leave in the comment section below. Peace.